It's Dave Johar for the Boxing Voice. Pleased to be joined by Shakan Pitters. How are you, Shakan?
Oh, good man. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. We're one day away from my haircut.
How's
Everything
it?
seems to be opening up. I've heard somewhere that the gym
Mhm.
is going to be opening up soon as well, which is going to be
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
How's Birmingham? How's Birmingham been?
Uh, you see on the window there, crap weather, man. Raining as always. And we ain't got that sun. There's nothing but wind and rain around here at the moment.
Yeah, I'm in Derby, so it's exactly the same, to be fair. It's not all bad.
Yeah.
But how you been keeping during the pandemic? Did you have access to your old gym and stuff, or?
Yeah, man, I had access to my gym. I had access to a boxing bag at home. I was lucky enough to have one sent to me, so I had access to a lot of training, to be fair. My training's been going all good.
I mean, last time we spoke, it was over in Coventry. You were getting ready to fight Chad
Yeah.
Sugden. It was all going well, and then COVID-19 hits. So when you first got the call about what's going on, I mean, that probably hit you for six, or did you see this kind of coming as well, that it had to be postponed with everything that was dropping around?
Um, Nah, I was in a stage where I was tunnel vision. To be fair, I didn't see it coming like that. I mean, I knew shows were getting pulled out off, of course, so I kind of was mindful about what was going on around me. But we didn't have that long left, so I was always kind of hoping that we could scrape through, and get it over and done with. And I'd got the belt by then, and we would have gone through. But of course, obviously, I had other plans, and obviously Boris had other plans, and it was like they pulled the plug on it like about a week or week and a half before to go. So it's disappointing, of course. You put all that training in. It's very disappointing to then have it all just taken away so close to the fight because of COVID.
Yeah, I mean, both of you guys were looking in fantastic shape. Chad, yourself, you're both looking to put on a show. Good news,
Hmm.
if people don't know this, it's on the 22nd of August,
Yeah,
behind doors, which is great because I think, do you turn 30 soon as well, don't you? 31, sorry.
31 year in July, but I'm not bothered about my birthday. I swear, I don't even care. I ain't even thought about it, mate. I'll just get this belt, then I can think about everything else after that. But yeah, I'll turn 31 the end of July on the 31st.
Good stuff. And Chad Sugden, what kind of a fight are you expecting on the 22nd?
He's just gonna try and bring it, and like that's all he's gonna try and do. Um, but I'm more so game myself. I'm gonna always bring it myself. I'm always gonna be the best me, and the best me wins. You know what I mean? 10 times out of 10. So
And
yeah.
and behind closed doors as well, what can you tell us about the have you been told about what the setup looks like or anything like that? I mean, Matchroom have kind of said about their sort of venue, and
Mm.
BT have said about theirs. Do you know anything about what the viewers will be expecting?
I know there's gonna be a boxing ring there. That's all that matters for me. I've not been told anything different. Of how the setup's gonna be. I believe it's just obviously gonna be the everyone's team there, the boxing officials, and obviously probably the people who are setting up in the studios, or where it is like. But we've not got no idea of how the venue's gonna be set up. Long as there's a ring there, that's all that matters to me for real. Get the job done, and that's it. Nothing, things what I can't focus on, which are out of my control. I don't tend to think about them, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, with Chad Sugden as well, um, it was going to be sort of billed like a bit of a derby, wasn't it, between the fans and stuff like that. Uh, so I suppose with your fans, because you do bring quite a few tickets as well, um,
Yeah.
that don't bother you either. Just the ring, I suppose. Just both of you getting it on.
No, I mean obviously I would. It's a big title, it's a big stage, big title. Me headlining my first event, would have been good if my fans would be there. Don't get me wrong, I would love my fans to be there. I'm sure Chad would feel the same for his fans to be there as well. Um, but again, with all this what's gone on, it's out of my control, and I'm glad that we got a date for the fight and we can finally get it on. So that's all I care about is getting it on, getting the job done, and then obviously I could think about whatever I want to do with the family and friends after. Um, for me right now, I've just got a job to do, and these things happen. And everyone's affected by this COVID. but these things happen in structures of life where you're going to face adversity and things like that. And it's a bit of a knock on, because obviously you'd like everyone to be there, of course, but it doesn't take my eye off the ball for what is my ambition, my goal and dreams in boxing and what I want to achieve. So that's why I am nothing but focused on the task and job in hand. Doesn't matter what the venue, the setup, the ring, doesn't bother me. I just got to get the job done.
And looking at the sort of what this fight would do to your career if you do win, I mean, no doubt you've been keeping an eye on world sort of levels as well, and so on and so forth. Do you think the man is to beat at the moment at light heavyweight?
Who's what, sorry?
At light heavyweight, who do you think the man is at the moment in world level? Because obviously that's what you're going to be aspiring to, aren't you?
Yeah, but again, my main focus is August 22nd, so that's all I've got to focus on. That's as far as I look ahead at the moment is August 22nd. But in the light heavyweight scene, there are decent boxers, British and world level. But again, I can't focus any of my energy on what they're doing, what they're the world level fighters. They're already, they're in world level contention. That's where a lot of us tend to want to focus and want to be. I can't look at them and kind of just prey on that and think, oh, I'd like to be there. I've got to start from where I am now and work. All starts from August 22nd. I've got to get this bout, and then I could take my baby steps from there and work forward. But until I'm there, then I'll have a lot more to say, you know what I mean? But right now I'm not there, so I've got to focus on August 22nd and get the job done and beat Chad.
And Dean Wright plays an active role in your career?
Go on.
Dean, sorry.
Yeah, well, it's before boxing. I've known Dean Wright for a very long time. Dean Wright's a good person. He's a good guy, and I respect what he's doing now. He's doing his thing. His black box management. Breaking into boxing and that, and trying to give a lot of other boxers and young hopefuls opportunities. So, I do. I appreciate what he's doing, and obviously I'm sure a lot of other boxers will do as well. In regard to myself, though, yeah, he does, in the sense of like he's more of an advisor in my career, in the sense where we talk often, even just more on a friendship level. Managing side, he ain't managing me. I've got my own manager, which is John Pegg, but he does play a role in my boxing, in the sense, as I say, we talk quite regularly. We talk, and he's, like I said, he's more of a friend to me as well. As I said, I've known him before boxing as well, so it's good to talk to him, have a guy like him in my side like that, and what he's doing is good as well in boxing, you know what I mean? And he's always just there for me, to be fair. Like anything where he knows there's an opportunity, in a sense, even if it's someone who wants to talk to me or anything, he'd be on board to jump and make that happen. So I appreciate what he does for me, for sure.
Oh, good stuff, man. I spoke to him a few months ago, and I was asking him about his stable and how Dillon's getting over on fight night and so on and so forth. I mean, he takes on Povetkin, as you're fully aware. Do you see, in your opinion, White having an easy fight against Povetkin, or do you think that'll be a...
Povetkin's a tough fight for a lot of boxers, but I think Dillon's strong. He's a strong, solid fighter, and he's proved that in many of his other fights. You know what I mean? He's knocked down, knocked out, tough opposition. He's took it there. He's been in the trenches. He's been hurt himself, but he's got back up. He's carried on and so on. And he's a tough guy, Dillon. I think Dillon wins that one with him and Povetkin. But Povetkin's tough as well, so can't take that away from him. But as long as he's on his game and he's got that hunger about him, where he really wants. Like, I think the fact that he's not been able to have the WBC shot is mandatory for how long it's built this animal in him. So I think he'll be out to obviously, as he says, cause maximum violence and out to impress and win massively. And from watching his fights myself live, he's a heavy hitter. He tends to want to just go for the knockout, you know what I mean? And that's what a lot of people want to see in heavyweight boxing, is an exciting fighter. So I think he wins that one. I think I think he'll come through on that one.
Good stuff. And just what have you been doing in terms of fighting the boredom? Did you ever get in a position with lockdown where you were bored? Did you like reach out to do stuff that, I mean, some people have been reading more, watching a shed load of box sets and so on and so forth. What did you do anything, or did you not get bored during this lockdown period?
Nah, of course I got bored, man. I did get bored. It's like, in a sense where there's only so much things we all could have done. We was all limited to, just running, doing other little things. But I got myself like a little bike, and I got a bike, and me and my boys and a couple of people would do little bike rides and so on, and kind of brought me back to my teenage days, man, when I used to just go riding down the canal with my boys and doing whatever. But yeah, I got a bike just to stay active, actively differently, and build up fitness elsewhere. And again, it was a good time to spend with the family as well, like my daughter, my family, and close friends and loved ones and things, because when you're training, you hardly have this time to spend with everyone. So for me, I appreciated the time that I could spend with them. I took the good out of the bad situations, appreciated the time I could spend with them, really, and just treasured these times, because I know when things go back in the full swing of things, which now things are easing, I'm going to be a very busy man again, and I'm not going to be able to have that much time on my hands. So I just embraced it all. Things happen for a reason in life, and I'm not gonna sit there and focus and cry and moan about anything I can't focus that I can't control. Sorry. So in any bad situation, I'll take the good out of it, which I did in this situation, and I'll just spent time with the family and things like that, and friends, and done little other things that occupy my mind. I'll tell you one thing I've been doing more of is cooking. I've been doing a lot more cooking, because it's a thing where, for me, it just takes my mind off the whole training side of things. So I didn't mind just trying new dishes and things what I wouldn't probably cook on an everyday basis. That's about it, man. It just takes my mind off whatever's going on, anything, and that's just me. I'll just do a little bit more of that.
Well, at least it shows that you've kind of grown, doesn't it? Because you've learned a new skill, I suppose. So,
Nah, don't get I used to be able to cook. I could cook anyway, but I was just cooking new things which I probably wouldn't cook on a normal everyday basis. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, that's where I just thought, I'll just grab this, grab that, let's try and do this, and that was just me just doing things out of boredom and trying new things, really, away from boxing. But obviously I had things where I could do a lot with boxing anyway. I was training, so it was all good for me.
Brilliant. What fights, as a fan, as a spectator, were you looking forward to that just never materialised? I mean, we missed out so far on AJ Povetkin. We are going to get AJ versus Pulev. We are going to get Dillon White versus Povetkin. There was Billy Joe Saunders versus Canelo, wasn't there, as well? I mean, was there anything that you were looking forward to this year?
Yeah, man. One in my actual division I was looking forward to, which is Anthony Yard and Lyndon Off. I believe that would have been a good fight. That would have been interesting. They're both good boxers, so both good fighters. So it would have been an interesting fight. I don't think that is materializing right now. I've heard of other fights happening around with them, but that was one I was looking forward to. But there's a lot of good little domestic ones coming up now, and obviously the world fights. I mean, they're there. They hopefully will happen as well, but they're going to be harder to for it to happen right now because of the travel restrictions and things like that. So but it's good though. It's also good because this now is going to encourage a lot more big domestic dust ups. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Some of these people, man, who are gonna have to face each other, you know what I mean? They ain't gonna be able to just sit on the fence and be like, oh, call someone else from foreign or whatever. They're gonna face each other, so it's good. It's also good. There'll be a lot more domestic dust ups.
Yeah, I mean, just the domestic dust up that I did want to talk to you about is the one you just mentioned, the Yard versus Lyndon Hall one. How do you think that would have gone down? That was a fight that could have gone either way, right?
Yeah, definitely. Lyndon's obviously got a good pedigree in the amateurs. He's also doing good as a pro. He's a big hitter. Same with Yard. Yard's obviously, and some people slag him off about the Kovalev, but I give him his praises. At the end of the day, look, man, he's stepped up to a world-class fighter. You're talking about a guy who never had that many amateur fights himself and so on. Not a big amateur background, but he's come in a pro game. He's done his thing. He's stepped up. he lost, whatever, but it make him better, it make him a better fighter. But it's a really good fight that I was looking forward to being a fan of that fight and watching it. I don't know who would have won. They're both big punchers, and when two punchers are facing each other, it could go either way. You know what I mean? It depends who's going to come and bring their game. Lyndon's got the slick boxing skill. Anthony Yarde's also got slick skill, but whose plan will materialize more? Whose plan who's gonna actually stamp that authority with their plan and game and their fighting style. So that would have been an interesting watch, man. It would have been really good to watch that.
It would have been really good. With Kovalev, you mentioned him. I mean, the loss against Canelo, stepping up again in weight. Do you see him as someone who can carry the weight? Because one of the criticism that he may have got was, yes, you carried the weight and you challenged at light heavy, but you beat I'm not saying it is, but you've beat a fading Kovalev. So do you think that Canelo can possibly reign supreme at that weight, or is that a step too beyond to him?
Yeah, I think, look, Canelo's an excellent boxer, but I think he's smart. There's still bigger fights for him down in middle, super middle, or whatever. So there's bigger fights for him in middleweight. He's come up at the right time. He's picked a good move there. Came up, fought Kovalev, and then he's got nothing else to really prove. You know what I mean? He can go back down and face. There's bigger fights out there for him, like your Callum Smiths, your Billy Joes, and things like that. So there's other. I don't think the Triple G should really go ahead again. I think he needs to. A lot of people would want to see it, but I'd rather see him in them other, face a skillful boxer like Billy Joe. I think he'll have a lot of trouble with Billy Joe. But again, Canelo's a great asset to boxing. He's a good fighter, and it'd be a good fight to watch.
Good stuff. And just wanted to get your thoughts as well on being a boxer as well, with with peds and cheating and so on and so forth. No doubt you've seen the news that came out. The world's seen it as well with Miller failing another a PEDS test and stuff. Do you think if someone does it once, twice, thrice, then that should be a ban for life, or do you think there's more to it than that?
Yeah, I think he's actually get banned for life. At the end of the day, look, it's a sport where people are dying, and I think all boxers, myself included, when you're facing these kind of fights, especially these big fights, when there's a lot on the line, because look, we're all ultimately boxers. We fight. This is our livelihood. Like myself, this boxing is my life. I don't do anything else but boxing. And there's other people out there who choosing to cheat, and they're stealing your livelihood. You know what I mean? For Miller, this is the thing where it's two in close succession, like. You've got one, you could kind of look and think, okay, you may have been stupid, you may not have watched what you was intaking if it was pre-workout or whatever, but you should be more wiser then, so you prevent it from the second. You should be more wiser anyway. As a professional, you should be more wiser. Like I'd always look on things to see if it's all good, with the global thing for the sports, if it's good with it. And these boxers need to do that, especially a guy at his level, his level and things. Like he should have been looking at these things. But what happens if he or any boxer takes any of these kind of peds and they end up, seriously hurting a boxer, and then you find out later, oh yeah, he was on these peds or whatever, on these steroids and things, and you've taken a life. It's not good. So I think they need to be stricter on these things. I think twice like that, especially in close. All close together like that, some severe action needs to be taken. And him actually even having the cheek to come out and try and say about he thinks he shouldn't be banned for life, like trying to negotiate his own shots, is rubbish. I think end of the day, man, I'm not here to judge him or anything. What their board do is what their board do. But if the first time he came out, he apologized about it, so he obviously knew what he was doing. It wasn't like a mad mistake of it, so he knew what he was doing. But if he does, him doing it again now, I think it should be a thing where I don't believe that he should be given another opportunity in the sense to even attempt that again. You know what I mean? Because then people do it once. A lot of boxers you hear of, they've got caught with it once or whatever, and then they kind of faded out of the radar and don't do it much anymore. But him doing it like that now, it's just going to be a thing where it could be another. When is it a matter of time till he wants to get involved in that again? So I don't agree with it. I think all boxers anyway should be.
Yeah,
all boxers anyway. Yeah, we should get regular tested, myself included.
Yeah.
For these big fights, and many other boxers, we all should get tested about these things.
You're 100% right. I mean, there's a big difference between a pre or a post workout where a small decimal of something goes in, and if it happens, but to be labelled as the same as someone who's done it willingly, two different sides, which is completely wrong. Just very finally, then, Shakan, I mean, what message have you got for the fans on the 22nd, live Channel 5? We'll all be waiting and watching.
Yeah, just tune in. Obviously, I'm gonna put on a good display, a good fight, good display, and get the win and move forward from there. Obviously, boxing's back, Channel 5. Mick Hennessy obviously is putting the show on, so it's good to that he's allowed this to be on such an amazing platform, especially in these troubled times. And look forward to a good fight. I'll obviously be working out, I'll say, man, the winner, I'm going to put it all in. Chad's going to come and bring it. It's going to be a good fight, but ultimately, I'm going to be the winner. I'm going to be victorious on the night, and I look forward to the fight.
Good stuff. We're really looking forward to this one. It's back, as you said, and thank you once again from the Boxing Voice.
Yeah, no problem.
Free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, Entitled, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.